Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, world. Welcome to WSUG, Sugar Delights, the plug, giving you the 411. Blessed to have you. I'm going to tell y'all something. First of all, I want to shout out Silky Black Silky Black 39. It's easier for me to give, y'all, than to receive. And I guess that's just a part of my personality. So it's hard for me to like really receive blessings. But let me tell y'all what Silky Black 39 did for me yesterday. First of all, she ordered me a air mattress. It comes on Wednesday. She ordered me pizza and cashed at me $20. You know, I got to be somewhat bullied into accepting stuff. But shout out to her because she told me that I've been watching you for a long time. You just don't never know who's watching you. And like, she said some things to me, and Silky, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, but she said something to me that I was like, didn't realize that I just didn't realize that people watched me for so long, and then I disappeared, and then I came back, and it just goes to show you that even though there's people in the bushes, watching and not saying anything, but when you are for real, like, when you're sharing stuff like I've been sharing since, the last month or whatever, and people have like seriously watched me in this situation and seeing me come out of it, you just don't never know what people are going through in their life and how their story is so much. Hey girl, glad you got an apartment now. Heck yeah. How you doing, baby? Girl, child. It's just like I said, it's the blessings for me. It's a song that we used to sing at church. Blessings are falling on me. Just keep on with the fight. You feel me? Like we was talking, and like I said, this live, oh, I'm good. This live is really, I'm gonna dedicate this live to Silky Black 39 because like I said, you don't never know who watching you, and you don't never know what kind of impact you having on somebody as they watch you go through. You know what I mean? The fight, like you said, what they watch you go through that fight, and I've been real transparent about this because it's such a um I don't know what kind of, I don't know how to say it. Maybe a four-edged sword, And I'm sure I'm not the only one that be having the family dynamics that just don't seem like it should be right, you know. And yes, I'm on the floor. But thanks to Silky Black, I'll be getting an air mattress the day before I get paid. And that's a blessing because she said it's a good one. And I can hold on to it for a while and don't have to run out and buy the first used or whatever bed. You know what I mean? I could actually, and she kept me enough to just, I'm just so appreciative. I really am. I cannot wait for me to get all the way back good and so I can start sending like edible arrangements. I love edible arrangements, y'all. But I like to send edible arrangements and, surprise her with some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Capri, good morning. Did you get my message? Oh, shit. Where'd you put it at? Where was it at? Dang, I didn't get it, Capri. Good morning. I didn't get it. I'm telling y'all, I don't know. We talked for a good minute. What's up, morning? Good morning. Good morning, y'all. Yes, my ass is on the floor. Y'all see the floor? I'ma tell y'all. Oh, Jesus. Under your last live, I asked if you had Amazon registry or if you needed anything. Oh, Capri. Oh, no, thank you. I promise you. One love, one love. I promise you. I'm going to be all right. Silky Black, 39. She said to get me on Instagram. So she had to cam up with me. I'm telling y'all, I appreciate y'all so much. The love is real. The support is real. Like, I appreciate y'all. Soon as I get it right, all y'all getting something. I told y'all it's easier for me to give to receive. And I guess a person really gotta like tell me, you know what I mean? And it's true. Like don't don't block the blessing if somebody wanna give to you. Don't block it. I know it just makes me feel funny. I don't know why. Don't ask me what kind of weird ass thing that don't ask me what kind of weird ass thought that I be having. But my mind be so on making other people laugh, making other people smile, you know what I mean? And then making other people feel good, just for the day. If I could just make somebody smile or laugh, you know what I mean? Or maybe think back, and be like, damn, shit, crazy as hell, That's the shit that gives me joy. I guess I've always been somewhat of an entertainer, sort of, kind of. But I just got a good conversation. I've always been like outgoing type, life of the party type, Um, when I got diagnosed with acute panic anxiety and clinical depression, that's when you don't even know you're depressed. You know what I mean? And I had to really see the signs in order to grab a hold of it. Acute panic and anxiety ain't no joke, y'all. Like, let me be real. Like, the medicine helps. but you also gotta psych your mind out. Like you also gotta psych your mind. Like you gotta like when you know you panicking, and or it's panic is one thing and anxiety is another thing. Okay, so you know you already got anxiety. Like the anxiety is always like this over you, hovering, hovering. You gotta be sneaky pretty much. You know, it's like it's not that I think that anybody's going to say something or no, 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 it ain't nothing like that. I promise you. I guess I'm just, but you know what, y'all, on here, I've always been like that. We all go through something. I have a lot of panic and anxiety attacks, especially last year. Not ashamed to admit it. Yeah, it's nothing nice. That's true. Depression is serious. Yes. It can take your joy away. Yep. Your motivation, all sorts of girl, y'all know what I'm talking about then. The anxiety. Okay, let's say the anxiety has always been there all my life. I just never knew what it was. It's always been this hovering thing over me that would make me feel not nervous, but just um unsure or shaky or like, oh, what's that? What's that? That kind of shit. But panic attacks, these attacks, especially depression, panic attack. I had to get a handle on that. When I say my panic attacks were so bad, y'all, I would lose control of bowel, bladder. I'd throw up. I'd be crying. I'd be sweating. Um, um, it just was a sickness. Oh, they're horrible. Oh my God. When I say you had panic attacks on the regular after the blood clot, meet your girl. Like, oh my God, Capri, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, girl, make you feel like you are doomed and that you get ready to die. Like, this is it. I'm about to die. Like, I'm going to die right now. Your heart beat fast. It be beating in your ears. I'm talking about, y'all. My thing would come on out of nowhere. There would be no reason for it. Like, at the time that I used to get them, there would be no reason for it. I'm like, why the hell? And then it would just come out of nowhere. I could be like, it come out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Shit. Them motherfuckers, goddamn. Therapy. I had to go to therapy, psychologist. My psychiatrist tried all kinds of medicines until they got to this one regimen. And it came with, they gave me medicine for my depression, which is called Effexor, and then another med that's called Xanax. Now, people take Xanax recreationally, to get high or whatever, and they like that feeling or whatever. But for me, I couldn't understand what kind of high they was getting because I didn't get all that. Like, I didn't feel sleepy. I didn't feel high. I didn't feel woozy. I didn't feel none of that. I was like, well, what the hell is they taking them for? Because obviously that chemical must be missing in my brain because the Xanax is what helps me. Yes, amen. God, it's good. Let me tell you something. Mine is controlled by medicine. If I do not take that Xanax, which is prescribed to me 3 times a day, 1 milligram, and then another half on an onset, I must be missing that. The thing was finding the source of it. My anxiety. Okay. Panic was something different. Anxiety. I had to find out where's my anxiety coming from. Well, I found out. I always knew it was because of my mom. I always knew it was because of my one sister, not my oldest sister, but my one sister. Because living with both of them, I stayed on edge. I never knew, when the shoe was going to drop. I never knew when my mother would tell a lie to my sister and get us to argue with each other. So I never knew when, good morning, keep it cute. I never knew. I never knew when them damn panic. But after so many fucked up things were done to me, treatment and the treatment I was receiving, the ostracizing me, because I wouldn't conform to the way that my mother and my sister, the middle one, would act. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. My mom's name is Ethel and my sister's name is Gail. I used to say, it's fucking hell living with Ethel and Gail. It was a rap. Like, first of all, you got somebody steady telling you, trying to tell you what to say, what to do. Then you got somebody that's co-signing, so they would do the mama-daughter jump. Like, they would both be on me. Like, you get jumped every day. I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of here. I couldn't wait. The last thing I wanted to ever, ever, ever do was have to stay with my mother. Jesus and Father in Christ, I swear. And I think, like, back in 2011, after my niece got murdered, my sister married the dad of my niece. Now, the dad was never around, motherfucker. He wasn't never around. He was a crackhead. The motherfucker was a crackhead and he never was around. So after the daughter died, here he come around, and a year to the date of her death, they got married. Now, I personally would not have came even if I was invited. But these motherfuckers had a whole goddamn wedding with everybody in my motherfucking family except for me. Let's keep it 100% funky. Y'all know how I am on here. Imagine me in real life. Who can forget me? The baby of the whole fucking generation. The one that DJs. The one that get the party started. The one that be doing all this shit. Wasn't allowed in the building, and they had a picture of me with the goddamn security to make sure I didn't come in. And my mother let it happen. And let's keep it a buck, y'all. I ain't got no kids. Right? But if I would have had children, they would have been in arguments and fights with each other. First of all, I would have raised my kids to be tight. No matter, I would not pin my child against it. See, my mother was good at pinning us against each other. See, she would talk about one to the other, talk about the other to the other. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, listen. I ain't the only one. I really, hold on, let me turn on my side. I really used to think I was the only one that had a family dynamic like that. I used to think that I was the only one that had that. Oh, look at you. I used to think that. I used to think that this was normal. I used to think it was normal. Mine's is too. Mine's is under control. But when I was staying with my mom, y'all, she would call me on the phone. Where are you? I'm saying that feeling that I had as a child, the feeling I had growing up in teenager, 11, 12, 13, 14, the feeling that I get, I understood where the anxiety came from. She would make my nerves in my whole body feel shook. It's hard, like, having a family member who really, or especially your mom, who really has a mental problem. Never got it checked. That's why I always talk about how in our culture, in the black community, going to a psychiatrist or going to the psych doctor was taboo. Started to hit me when I turned 50 last year. I hated it. Oh wow. So it hit you late. See, mine hit me somewhere between 39 and 40. Like, I think I always had the feeling, but I just never knew where the source was. I had to find the source. So once I found the source, which actually just solidified everything, concreted everything, when I had went to go stay with her to help bring her back to health. Money hungry. I remember when I went to Job Corps and I had a readjustment check of $2,500. It like to burnt a hole in my mother's pocket. I went back, I got $1,000 of it, and $1,500 she stole off me and wouldn't give it back. That was the day I left. I was 17. What's up, James Money? What's up, baby? I I had promised myself. I said, you know what? I'ma never be like them. After my mom passed, there you go. It's a thing that happens, and then just like the bottom drops out. I think mine started like heavy. Mine was heavy after I lost my son. The panic and anxiety was just so unreal. Like, I would not wish that on nobody. Panic attacks are horrible. Anxiety, you know what I mean? You can kind of float with that. That's good, James. Lord, they was out here tearing it up last night. They was so glad Philly won. But I woke up. Look, I was up all night working, but now I say I appreciate stuff like I never thought I would get this age and be like, uh, ready to leave them alone. All of the source of confusion and all that shit, man, that come from them. Never knowing, it's hard, man. It's hard when you ain't got nobody at your back, man. You be thinking that your mom, especially, one of your sisters, somebody be at your back. Contractors are here doing renovations. Oh shit. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day and week. Okay. All right, babe. Hugs and kisses. I'm glad though. I'm glad that I knew where it came from. That's why I was like, nah. I was like, nah, I ain't doing it. Shit, well, she was like, humble yourself and go back to the. See, I'm like, I'm not going back to the abuser. And I have just dealt with a lot of stuff, but not healed from it. Therapy is actually helping me heal. Yes, therapy. Therapy. Sometimes you got to talk to an outside source that don't have that has a glass house perspective. They don't know you. You just expressing how you feel. And then when you get, what I hate about my mom is when I get ready to say something, she do that in the middle of it. And it's like, it's so disrespectful. So disrespectful. Very disrespectful. Anytime I have any dealings with them, it's just disrespectful. And meanwhile, I'm trying to be respectful. But it's just so disrespectful that you just can't even deal with it no more. It's like after a while, it's like, damn, how long you gonna treat me fucked up? Before I start getting some help and start getting away from your ass. Yep. And then when you do say something and it don't line up for what they think, you become the big mouth liar. That was the label that they put on me. She got a big mouth and she lie all the time. And I used to think that I was the only one in the world, seriously, I know it sounds crazy, but I thought I was the only one in the world that would lie. And I was like, but I'm telling the truth. So how can this be a lie when I'm telling the truth? Like, I usually used to think, like, this is my thought. Oh, you're lying. Oh, you got a big mouth. Then after you tell somebody, like, I'm fat, it's cool, right? I'm not picking nobody apart. And you tell your sister, then she run in there telling me, you need to exercise. Or my mother will say, it look like you got 5 bellies. My mind, I be saying to my sister to say you need to exercise. I'm like, well, you need to get a nose job because it's a big ass motherfucking nose on your goddamn face. So how about you go get a rhinoplasty, motherfucker, and quit talking about how many motherfuckers. You understand? Or I've been telling my mother, well, you look like death eating cheese on a motherfucking cracker, old as a fuck. This is what be in my mind. The clap back. But you can't be like that towards your peoples. You understand what I'm saying? So when she came and told me you need to exercise, I said, for what? See, then my clapbacks start coming. And I just start snapping the fuck out. Then, oh, she's irrational and she's spastic. Yeah. Constantly. It's almost like they hated that I had confidence. Oh, and you definitely shouldn't have no motherfucking wedding where you got all these motherfucking bridesmaids and your sister, the youngest one, ain't in there because you mad. Now, let me tell y'all this. My sister had my niece. My niece got murdered in 2010. She used to hold the girl to her breast. You hold something too close and you idolize it too much, then God will take it away from you. Well, let's just say, right. Like, I would not have no kids and make my kids tight. My kids would be tight if I had them. But I would be the type of mother, oh, so you ain't going to invite your sister to the wedding? Well, motherfucker, I'm not coming. Y'all got to tighten this shit up. And she run around tell everybody and shit, I don't want her in the building. The biggest supporters. Well, unfortunately, I have a family that don't support shit. The support is about as small as a piece of fucking lint. They don't support. They tear down. I'm always, oh, and you too. Doesn't mean you have to put up with the bullshit. You got that right, keep it cute. You got that right. I was like, man, like you really, seriously, like get the fuck out of here. We are too old. You know, you get to a point where you be like, okay, bullshit stops. We done with that. We about to do something different. So what I did was I got away from them. Didn't fuck with them at all. Then all of a sudden, one year, they decided, oh, we gonna have to get Michelle. No, you ain't gotta get Michelle, no. I went with it. You know why I went with it? I went with it because I'm always thinking that we should be tighter. I'm glad that I had an example from my friend's family. And no matter how much they fussed and argued and fought, something go down or they need, man, I don't have that. I have a fucking psychotic ass mom that never got treated. A simple ass sister that will go co-sign. And a dumbass sister that just ain't never liked me because we're like a year and a half apart. I became the baby and nobody was babying her. Yep. And I'm talking about their handle with a long handled spoon with an extension. I told my sister, okay, my car's gone. You know, I'm out here in the cold with all my stuff. She said, go back to the abuser. It's like I gotta keep. It is. It is. I swear to God. I swear to God, it is. But I'm gonna tell you, look at God. Look how God did you when you touch not my anointed one, do my prophet no harm. I am not a prophet, y'all, but I am anointed, and I know it. Because if not, I wouldn't have went through all that I went through with them. Here you go, okay? Girl, yes. Over everything. I realized that my source of anxiety was coming from my mother. And my panic, the anxiety developed into panic because I never knew when they was going to come through with some bullshit. And I'm like you, keep it cute. Shit. I'm cool. Look, I don't want no parts. What other part of the blanket at? I don't want no parts. I'm cool. They ain't got to worry about me. They ain't got to worry about me. My mother called me and said, it was so cold that you ain't never offered me to come back and stay. You know, y'all know I'm out here roughing it, but it's like, whatever it is, just leave me alone. Yep, and let me be me. That's it. That's why I'm like, okay. But this right here, y'all, I gotta keep. And I'm saying it. I'm saying it in my lives a lot, y'all, and I'm bringing it up a lot because I have to, and I mean this, y'all. I have to buy it. I have to buy it. I have to. I can't keep acting like I don't want to buy this shit. Like, I gotta buy what it is. It is what it is. I got to. It's the hardest pill to swallow, though. I ain't gonna lie. All right. I really gotta give up on them. And it's been plaguing me all my life. But this last thing, and I'm glad I shared it. I'm glad I told everybody. I'm glad I came back to YouTube and I said it. Because this is the best thing that you could do is say that shit out loud. And say it to somebody. Tell somebody. Tell somebody. Because talk about it. You share your story with somebody, you don't never know, man, how you could be affecting somebody else or how they really can have somebody to touch and agree with. Like, I'm just tired of two-faced and backstabbing, flippy floppy people. And I can't do that. Cause I'm so steady and steadfast, I can't do it. With my right. But you know what though? I've had so many people, friends in my life that would tell me how my sister, the one in the middle, she used to go and tell lies on me, make people not want to be my friend. Time of growing up, everything was malicious. I'm going to, yeah, I get it. I get it. This is or was one of my greatest challenges. And my girl Silky Black told me on the phone, she said, girl, you strong. Cause I don't think I could have did it. Because you was still doing it and you was still laughing, you was still smiling, you was still, I was just trying to make sure I kept that part of me safe. That you can talk to. I had to come to face with the fact that it's never going to change. And this was the ultimate. I don't never want to go through this again. Never. I never want to go through it again. And I don't think I will. So, yeah. I know, right? A lot of people be like, I don't know. I don't think I could have did it. Thank God that I had a car, but angels came. Stuff later on in your face. So that's the point. Yep, that's the point right there. Not to, because that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm never ever supported completely. I've supported myself. And I think that as you get older in life, it has its turns and its bends. The one thing that you do expect to be steady and right there all the time is your people's, but it's not. And now I know more than ever before. And it's severed and it's cut and it ain't never going to be the same. And so I think I'm in mourning. I think I'm mourning these relationships. And I think now that I'm got from one to the place, now I got the job, I got the crib. Now I gotta make sure I get ahead. And then once I'm cool, I don't I don't want them vexing me, vexing my spirit. I don't think I can deal with that anymore. So it's hard to say goodbye, or hard to walk away. But I got to. It's to save my life. I have to save my own life. So the respect that I have for my older sister and the respect I have for my mother will have to be put on the back burner. Seeing them in 10 years is too soon. I dread my mom getting her wings and going on to glory. And hopefully I won't have to have no input on nothing. I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing. I ain't gotta have nothing. I'm not a part of it. I'm just in it. But I'm not a part of it. They don't look at me as the baby or the relative. I don't think so. I think I am an entity in their life in which they feel like they can abuse. So, yeah, I'm going to come back. My stomach is hurting a little bit. And I think I better go to sleep. But I'm going to be back because I'm off. And I'll be back. Love y'all. Peace out. Oh, I'm sleepy.